You might have noticed in some of the early Nikon D850 videos that I put out that the focus was going in and out. And I said in the comments that, and to all the other comments, that I was going to do some autofocus testing of the Nikon video autofocus. Now, the D850 is a beautiful camera. It is fantastic. The stills, even autofocus and stills, they are perfect. The problem is the video mode autofocus isn't so hot. So what you are about to see are a bunch of tests that I did in my studio, and mind you that it's a mess. I'm in the process of packing everything up for a photo session that's actually out of my studio, so I needed to pack everything up, so don't mind the mess. In fact, the mess kind of helped with this test because it added some obstacles that the camera needed to work around as I was walking through the scene. Watch the test, and then I'll tell you my thoughts on that. Okay, so what did you think? As you might have noticed, the focus was constantly hunting, no matter if I was at 5.6 or f8 with the aperture, no matter if I was on single point autofocus, or if I was on focus tracking, or if I was on facial recognition. No matter what, it was hunting all the time. It wouldn't just stay still. With the Panasonic GH5 that I was using, it did this sometimes, but not when I was just in the scene right here and not really moving around a lot. Whereas the D850, even if I'm standing still, it's hunting all the time. There's no reason why the Nikon D850 should not be able to autofocus nicely in video mode when it does so well in stills. Here are my thoughts. For one, when it comes to doing video, if I am videoing myself, right now my only option is to put it on AF single and use my cable release to get a one-time focus of me at a distance from my camera. And that's fine. I'll deal with it for the time being. But Nikon, you gotta put out a firmware update to fix this because it's pretty bad. There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to just hold the camera with a 35mm lens, a 24mm lens, whatever it is, and just get nice focus when I'm only like, 3 feet from the camera. It shouldn't just be hunting all the time. And this isn't a hardware issue. Your lenses are amazing, the body is amazing. It's just a software issue. So fix it, and please release a firmware update to fix this problem. But in the meantime, when I'm doing photos, stills, my camera is set to back button autofocus, meaning I push the AF on button, and that's when I get the focus. That means I can't use a cable release to focus. I can only use a cable release to actually take the picture. When I go to video, if I'm going to be using a cable release in order to focus on myself, because I don't have somebody to do it for me, then I need to actually switch that back to so that the shutter button works with the autofocus. That way I can use a cable release to autofocus, and I can just stand still and my focus is still good on me. The other option, Nikon, if you're listening, is add video to SnapBridge. That's it. If you add a video to SnapBridge, I can tap on me from here without having to use a cable release, and it'll focus on me, and I can even see myself, which would be a beautiful thing to be able to see myself, because there's no flip out screen, there's only a flip up screen. So there's the options. For me, I gotta leave it on AFS. Now if I'm videoing something else that's not just me, I don't need the autofocus. The only reason why I need the autofocus on me is because, well, it's only me here. So that's it, that's it. So Nikon, one of two things. One, update your firmware, or do both. Update your firmware so that the autofocus hunting is just fixed, just fix it once and for all. Or two, add video to SnapBridge so that I can actually see what I'm doing and start the video recording from my phone or from an iPad easily and wirelessly. So you might be wondering what I am doing to sort of counteract the Nikon autofocus issues that I've experienced with the AFF mode that is available to the video mode. Now on stills, it's AFC, AF continuous, but in video it's AFF, or AF full-time, as I believe that's what it means. Basically what I've done is I am now not using AFF in video, I am only using AFS, which is AF single, which is actually AF single on both stills and video, but that way I can ensure that it's in focus. If I ever move or change scenes, I just have to refocus what I'm doing. It's really not an issue when I'm in the studio because I'm usually in one spot, but if I'm moving around, that's when it gets a little tricky, so I just have to, refocus and then go from there. Nikon, here's my call to action to you. Fix your AFF mode in video so that it no longer hunts all the time. You should be functioning perfectly. You are a 100-plus-year-old camera manufacturer who has fine-tuned and perfected autofocus for stills. There's no reason why autofocus should be so poor for video. And the other thing is you need to add video control to SnapBridge so that I can see myself and control focus remotely instead of having to attach a cable release just to focus on myself. You've got SnapBridge, again, working perfectly for photos, so why not make it work perfectly for video? That's my call to action to you, Nikon, so please get to it.